Eastern District Championship on the line in Norfolk. The Lake Taylor Titans taking on the Norcom Greyhounds, co-defending Eastern District champs a season ago. Lake Taylor stranglehold in the league for many years until last season, and Coach Hank Sawyer's team trying to go for their 9th district title since he became head coach.
Yeah, a lot riding on this game, and let's jump right into it here at the opening kick. Norcom to return inside of the 15. Now some nice moves here. We'll get the ball out to about the 30-yard line, and IC Norcom will be in business. And now we're going to move later on. It's going to be Lake Taylor. Lake Taylor going over the middle. They got a receiver, and he's going to punch it in for the quick score.
It's the sophomore Delman Williams, 24-yard touchdown pass to Jaquel Pinckney, and it was a gusty, super gusty Friday night in Norfolk. As you see the bad snap there, and they're unable to get the extra point in. So it's only 6-0 Lake Taylor. Really windy game here, and the Norcom Greyhounds looking to get back in business, and Chevelle Atkins will do it for him. He busts through the middle, 74 yards for the touchdown. The reigning Eastern District Offensive Player of the Year ties things up for the Greyhounds, and all they need is a Delano Wilson extra point to take a 7-6 lead. They get it. So Norcom up by 1 on the road against a tough Lake Taylor team that leads the Eastern region in scoring, but Lake Taylor having some fumbling issues in this one, Matt. 5 turnovers in the first half and 4 lost fumbles.
Yeah, definitely not traditional Lake Taylor Titan football. As we move later on, another fumble by Lake Taylor. IC Norcom once again jumping on the loose football. This time, though, they fumbled the ball right in front of the end zone. We'll go on later in action. Quarterback looking deep downfield to the right. An interception by IC Norcom. And right now, the Greyhounds defense looking very stingy. They're forcing turnovers, and this one's going to be deep into Lake Taylor territory. It's going to set up a field goal, but the kick is no good.
So Norcom unable to get points out of the Hakeem Swan interception. So Lake Taylor's got to feel pretty good despite another fumble. They are still right in this game because Norcom's offense hasn't been able to cash in against a tough Lake Taylor defense. Remember, these are 2 physical, hard-hitting teams, and we expected a defensive struggle in this one. And you see the lob pass to Joe Powell. He's brought down by Mike Tyson. Even the big plays are really not 30, 40-yard plays for that long touchdown run by Atkins that gave Norcom a 7-6 lead approaching halftime.
And that's still our score here. Lake Taylor with the footballs on the quarterback keeper. He's going to run right up the right seam. He's going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line, and the Titans able to hold on to the football for once, and it's going to set up this play. They're going to lob it into the end zone. He's got a receiver. He makes the catch where his feet in, waiting for the call. They say he is in. Touchdown, Titans.
So Donovan Powell's long run sets up a touchdown to Iron Mike Tyson, 6-yarder there, and Lake Taylor's on top, 12-7 now, and then the running of Torrey Palmer, the small but speedy guy for Lake Taylor. He's only about 5'6", 5'7", Matt, but he runs pretty hard for a little guy, and then he catches the screen pass and puts the spinorama on Hakeem Swan there. Lake Taylor getting close to the end zone. They're going to be marked out at the 1-yard line, so that'll set up a sneak by Delman Williams from a yard out. Lake Taylor has come roaring back, 20-7, and Norcom will have to have a big comeback and do so with the passing game because it's going to be hard to run the ball here down 13 with not a whole lot of time after this 2-point conversion catch. What a play by Tyson hauling it in. He's just one of the front runners for Player of the Year in the Eastern District and one of the top 5-6 guys in the region this year you would look at for both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Norcom's quarterback, Daquan Saunders, gets out of trouble, throws it, nearly intercepted, and it's caught, though, in the back corner of the end zone by future ODU Monarch Isaac White for a 15-yard touchdown, so Norcom cuts into that lead.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and Lake Taylor looking good now that they're able to hold on to the football. However, Norcom not out of this just yet. They're going to go down the field with the pass. It's going to be tipped, deflected, interception. Mike Tyson in the right place, right time. He's got a wall of black and red jerseys, and he's going to bring that one all the way to about the 6-yard line before he's finally brought down. But it would be too much Lake Taylor, too late for Norcom, and that would do it.
Lake Taylor wins the Eastern District crown 20-14 over Norcom. You see Mike Tyson with his 7th interception of the season. The Greyhounds closed the year out at 8-2 overall. Chevelle Atkins with 93 yards rushing in the loss. Isaac White with a touchdown catch. So these 2 teams from the Eastern District will be the league's only 2 representatives in the postseason. Other Eastern District finals, it was Granby 36-0 over Maury. Paul Dukes closes out his career with over 1,000 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns against their rival, the Commodores. Norview comes back to beat Churchland 24-22 behind a touchdown pass from Daquan Davis and also 90 yards rushing from Davis. And it was Booker T. Washington finishing up at 5-5, 13-9 over Wilson Lafayette. Smallwood's final game as a Booker resulted in him getting 97 yards rushing for BTW. Private school scores, it was T.J. Renard of Greenbrier Christian rushing for 217 yards and 3 touchdowns as they defeated Chincoteague by 23 points. Bishop Sullivan doubles up Norfolk Academy 24-12 behind 2 touchdown runs from Brian Novak. Atlantic Shores 27-14 over Isle of Wight. You see 3 touchdowns passing for Beauchamp. And Portsmouth Christian 60-6 over Quantico. Clayton Evancho sets a new school record with 247 yards on the ground. Nanton Suffolk Academy blanks Hampton Roads Academy 62-0. Bobby Lamb with 3 touchdown runs and 150 yards on the ground. Just 6 carries, too.
And let's take a look at Division 5 first, Matt. Some big matchups here. What's the game to watch?
Game to watch, probably Lake Taylor with that smothering defense. They're 8-1 as the 2 seed hosting the number 7 seed Great Bridge as Dre Mays closes in on 2,000 yards for the season. The top rusher in the Eastern region with 27 touchdown runs. You figure Hampton and Phoebus are prohibitive favorites to meet in the region final in a rematch from that regular season finale, but Lake Taylor and Norcom could be 2 dark horses to get to the state playoffs from the Division 5 in the Eastern region.
And we'll move on to Division 6. The game to watch in this one, Matt, what's your pick?
It's got to be Bayside, the defending region champion, taking on an undefeated Woodside team, the only unbeaten team in the area, and Bayside was the last team to beat Woodside. This could be a coin flip game, and either team that wins could win the region championship, although I think the favorites right now, Oscar Smith and Salem. Salem with a great defense, and Oscar Smith's offense piles up points in a hurry.
That's right, and we continue on. We'll now look at Division 3, and in that one, you got to start with Pocosa, the defending state champs. They come in at 7-3 over Southampton. As you know, York and James Monroe, the 1 and 2 seeds, get that first round bye.
Yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see how Pocosa bounces back. Bounces off this win they just had, and Lafayette bounces back coming off a loss to Pocosa. And those 2 teams will be in dogfights, you figure, here in Division 3, but pretty good, talented teams there that can score points.
That's right, and we'll move on to Division 4. Once again, the 1 and 2 seeds in this, Grafton, Cortland get the bye. And this one, you've got to look at War Hill. They're 6-4. They're the 3 seed. They're going against Jamestown, but 2 very talented teams. It's a toss-up when you look at that matchup.
Yeah, War Hill's a dangerous team, but I figure Grafton's the team to beat with Dylan Stallings, Marcus Spearman and company. The Clippers have been having a pretty good season. Despite 3 losses, they're probably the team to beat there in Division 4. And the VISAA state playoffs, you've got Bishop Sullivan, the 3 seed at Potomac School in Division 2. In Division 3, it's defending champion Norfolk Christian. They're the team to beat, taking on Isle of Wight. Norfolk Christian's had some couple close calls here this year, so they could be tested in Division 4. You've got Roanoke Catholic, the 3 seed, at the number 2 seed, Greenbrier Christian.
And of course, you know, you can see your state championship games here. Division 5 will be at noon. Division 6 at 4 p.m. Those games live right here on Cox 11.